So let's get started with our warm up here. Go ahead and scoot all the way to the front of your chairs. Bring your posture up tall. And we'll start with a couple overhead reaches. So reaching up and overhead and back down. Do 4 more like that. Big reach overhead with wide fingers, keeping your posture tall. Overhead reach. 2 more. Reach up and back down and reach up. We're going to move into one of our LSVT moves where we first are going to reach up, out, reach down to the ground, and then reach your arms back, squeezing your shoulder blades together, pushing that chest out front. So let's do 10 like that. We'll reach up, lean forward and reach out, reach down towards the ground and back. That's 1. Reach up, out, down, and back. 2. Up, out, down, and back. 3. Up, out, down, and back. 4. Reach up, lean forward, out, down, and back. 5. Up, out, down, and back. 6. Up, out, down, and back. 7. Up, out, down, and back. 8. Up, out, down, and back. 9. Up, out, down, and back. 10. So I want to take a moment to tap into our breathing. I want to really focus on diaphragm breathing. So when we use our diaphragm, this is our big belly breathing muscle. And when we think about using our diaphragm to help us breathe, as we breathe in or inhale, our stomach is going to rise. And then as we exhale, our stomach will come down. So sometimes when we're first learning what that movement feels like, or if it's been a while since you've done it, it actually helps me think about what I'm doing if I keep my hands on my stomach like this. And I want us to practice 10 breaths where we're pushing our stomach out into our hands as you inhale. And then as you exhale, your hands will lower. Your stomach lowers down. So let's practice 10 like that, using our hands to kind of give us feedback. But as you inhale, push out into your hands. And then as you exhale, your stomach will lower. Breathe in, push your stomach out into your hands. And then exhale, your belly will lower. Breathe in, push that stomach out, activating your diaphragm, and then breathe out, your stomach will lower. Breathe in, push it out into your hands, and exhale. Do 1 more like that. Breathe in, your stomach is going to rise, and breathe out, your stomach will lower. So that is a great exercise to think about doing throughout the day. And even when you're doing other activities, using our diaphragm to really help be the big driver of our breathing will help us get more air in and be more effective with our training. So I want to go back to our overhead reaches, but think about using our diaphragm as we do it. So let's do an overhead reach where we breathe in and push our stomach out as you breathe in. And then as you exhale and bring your arms down, let your stomach come down. So do 5 more like that. Push your stomach out as you breathe in, and then exhale, your stomach will lower. Breathe in, your stomach will rise. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Do one more like that. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good job. It feels a little bit awkward or clunky when we're first tapping into using our diaphragm more for our breathing, but the more you practice it, the more it'll become second nature and won't feel as clunky to do. So let's do some cross body punches. So I'm gonna punch across my body and twist. And as I punch, I want to name the months of the year. So we'll alternate. We'll punch and twist to one side, come back in the middle, and then punch and twist to the other side. So count with me at home as we name the months of the year. January, February, March. Try to twist your whole body. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. Let's keep going, but now go backwards. We'll start at December and count our way back to January. December, November, October, September, August, July, June, May, April, March, February, and January. Good. We're going to move on to some punches as we coordinate them with a march. So first we'll do a seated march, and I'm alternating doing a forward jab with my opposite arm and leg. So let's do 20 like that, and then I'm going to switch our punching move. So for the jab, I'm just punching straight forward, alternating to coordinate with my opposite leg. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We're going to keep up with our marches, but this time I want to do a cross. So instead of jabbing, I'm punching across my body, still with my opposite arm. Let's do 20 like that, marching and an opposite arm cross. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then this time, instead of the cross, I want to do an uppercut with that opposite leg march. 20 times like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now we're going to put them all together. So we're going to keep up with the marches, but I want to do a jab with each arm, and then a cross with each arm, and then an uppercut with each arm. So that will count as one round, and I want to do that 10 times in total. So we'll alternate cycling through the jab, cross, uppercut, but doing both sides, one on each side. Ready? Still doing our marches. So we'll do a jab, jab, cross, cross, uppercut, uppercut. That's one. Now keep going. Jab, jab, cross, cross, uppercut, uppercut. That's 2. Jab, jab, cross, cross, uppercut, uppercut. That's 3. Jab, jab, cross, cross, uppercut, uppercut. 4. Jab, jab, cross, cross, uppercut, uppercut. 5. Jab, jab, cross, cross, uppercut, uppercut. 6. Jab, jab, cross, cross, uppercut, uppercut. 7, jab, jab, cross, cross, uppercut, uppercut. 8, jab, jab, cross, cross, uppercut, uppercut. 9, jab, jab, cross, cross, uppercut, uppercut. And 10. Good work, everybody. So we're starting to introduce some of those boxing moves in there to get us ready because we're going to be using those throughout our intervals today. So I'm going to jump into explaining our intervals. You don't have to get up with me yet. Just keep an eye on what these exercises are. So the first one of our interval sequence will be a punch with some of those boxing moves. So, or excuse me, a squat with some of those boxing moves. So I'm going to squat and I'm first going to do a jab, jab. I'll stand up and then on my next squat, I'm going to do a cross, cross. And then on my third squat, I'm going to do those 2 uppercuts. And then I'm going to cycle back through it. So then I'll squat, jab, jab. Next one is cross, cross. And my third one is squat, uppercut, uppercut. So you'll cycle through those 3 punches for the 1 minute that we'll do that interval. Our second exercise is a backward step or a backwards lunge. And then as you step forward, you'll march. So with my left foot first, I'm either going to step backwards or I'm going to step into a lunge. And then as I step back forward, I'm going to raise my leg into a march and raise that arm. And I can keep one hand on my chair. Or instead of a lunge, I can step back and then from my backward step, I'm going to do that march and arm raise. So it's either just stepping backwards or stepping into a lunge, driving that knee up as you come back. That's our second exercise. Our third one's kind of fun. It starts sitting and we're going to do 20 marches or it's a run. So I'm going to do it for 20 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Once I get to 20, I'm going to do a sit to stand and then repeat. So 20 quick sprints, sit to stand. So those are our 3 exercises. We'll do a minute on and 30 seconds off. If you are not standing and staying seated, for the first exercise, you can still do the 3 different punches. And instead of a squat, you can do a glute set where you're squeezing your hip muscles and then do those 2 boxing moves. And if you're seated in your chair for the backward step, you can still step backwards from your chair and then march. Step backwards and then march. Those are your seated options. We're going to do 2 rounds through these. So go ahead and stand up, get ready. You can be next to a chair for a little bit of support if you want. I'll turn my sound up so that you can hear the bell ding, and I'll call it out too. So we're going to start with that squat with our 2 boxing moves, starting with jab, jab. Next time through, cross, cross. And then third time is uppercut, uppercut. And then we'll cycle through that. Everybody ready? Let's get started. So first we have our jab, jab. Next, cross, cross. Uppercut, uppercut. And then I'm going to repeat it. Jab, jab. Cross, cross. Uppercut, uppercut. Good work, everybody. Follow that same pattern. Uppercut, uppercut. Good. I got off my rhythm. Hopefully you can keep your coordination better than I can. About 15 seconds left. Good. 30 seconds to rest. And then we're on to our second exercise. That's either the backward step or into a lunge. And then coming into a march where you're raising the opposite arm and leg. Step back, march, step back, march. So about 10 seconds to rest. And then we'll start with that exercise. And let's begin. Step backwards or lunge, and come up into a march. And we're going to repeat it on that same leg for the full minute. Remember, if you're seated, you can just do the backward step in your chair, then coming into a march. Nice job, everyone. You're about halfway done. Ten seconds to go. And rest. Awesome. 30 seconds to catch your breath. And then we have our third exercise. This is our seated sprint for 20 sprints, and then doing a full sit to stand. 15 seconds. Get ready. And begin. When you have 20 sprints, sit to stand and repeat. Good job, everyone. You're about halfway done. Looking good. I love everyone's posture with this. Three seconds to go. See if you can get one more in. And rest. Good job. 30 seconds to rest. We're going back to our first exercise. We're going to do one more round through these exercises. The first exercise is the squat with your alternating punches. Jab, jab, next round cross, cross, and third time through uppercut, uppercut. About 5 seconds to get ready. And begin. First is our jab, jab, cross, cross, uppercut, uppercut, jab, jab, cross, cross, uppercut, uppercut. Keep that up, looking good. $25 seconds to go. Good, take a break. 30 seconds to rest. Next one we're doing is that backward step or a lunge to a march and arm raise. So we're gonna do it with the opposite leg this time. You can hold on if you need some support. In about 10 seconds before we'll get started. 2 more exercises of this circuit. All right, let's begin. So step or lunge, come right into a march. Make sure even as you're lunging or stepping back, that you keep your chest up. Don't let yourself lean forward. Looking good, nice job. If you're seated, you can still do this exercise, stepping back in your chair and then coming into a march. And do the same thing if you're seated, just stepping back while you're sitting. 15 seconds to go. Feel those legs burning. And rest. Good work. Our final exercise is our seated sprint to a sit to stand. One more exercise, then we'll take a longer break. Ten seconds to get ready. All right, begin. 20 sprints. To a sit to stand. See how many you can get in this time. You are halfway done. Fifteen seconds. Good job. Take a break, everyone. Grab some water and rest. We are going to do our next interval circuit from the ground. We'll be using our yoga mats. While you're taking a break and grabbing some water, I'm just going to start to demo these, but you don't have to join me on the ground yet. All right. So we have 3 exercises that we're going to be doing on the ground. And you don't have to join me yet. I'm just going to demo these. The first one is going to be in half kneeling. So kneeling with one leg forward like this. And actually orient this. So one leg is up in front, one is behind. And this is a great position to work on our core strength, our posture, our hip strength. When you're in this position, you really want to think about keeping your chest up tall and keeping your hips forward so that this is a straight line. You're not sitting back where your hips are bent, but they're really forward. So I'm going to use one of my weights and do a chop. So I'm going to twist down towards the leg that's down and then twist and lift up and away. So I'm making a diagonal with this weight. At 30 seconds, I'll tell you to switch. We'll do the other leg up and then doing the opposite diagonal. Our second exercise is a modified plank. So you have with a leg raise. So you have a couple options for how you want to do this. And then you turn sideways so you can see me. So you can do a modified plank from your knees like this, where my body is straight, but I'm up on my knees and I'm doing an alternating leg raise out to the side. Or you can do it in a full plank where you're up on your hands and your toes, raising one leg out to the side and then the other. So those are your options. We can be in a kneeling, or excuse me, a modified plank with your knees out. Kind of in between those two versions is where you're on all fours and I'm on my knees. I'm not laying flat. And then from here I can do that alternating leg raise. So that is our second exercise. And then our third one is going to be a crawling exercise. So we're going to crawl in the pattern of a T or an upside down T. So I'm going to crawl forward 5 steps. Might get out of this frame there in a minute. Then I'm going to crawl backwards for 5 steps. Then I'm going to crawl sideways for 5 steps. I might run out of space. Maybe we'll just do 3 to each side. And then to the other side. Back to the middle. And then repeat. Go forward. Back. And I'm going to make that upside down T. So we're working on crawling in all 4 directions. If you were with me when we did crawling the last time, or our bear crawl, when you're doing the forward and backward piece of that, I want you to really try to coordinate your opposite arm and leg to move at the same time. When you're going sideways, your same arm and leg will have to move. But during the forward and backward portion, try to make your right arm and left leg, and then right leg and left arm move together for those sequences. If you're sitting, let me run through your modifications for you to do. So the chop, you'll do just while you're sitting here. Again, you'll switch sides when we get to 30 seconds. For the leg raise, you're going to do a leg kick out to the side. At 30 seconds, I'll tell you to switch. And then for the crawling, I'm going to have you do an opposite arm and leg march, getting that coordination while you're sitting. So those are our 3 exercises. Go ahead and make your way down to the ground and grab your weight. We're starting with that half kneeling chop. And go ahead and set yourself up next to a chair. So if you ever need a little bit of support, you can put your hand here. You could even do a chop with one hand if you need to hold on to something. That's a great way to modify it. So we have 3 exercises. We're going to do 2 rounds again. Let's go ahead and get started. So I'm reaching down, then twisting up and away. If you're seated, you're doing the same chop and sitting. I'll tell you when we're halfway, and we'll switch sides. Looking good, everyone. Let's switch legs. So bring the other leg up in front, and we're going to do the opposite diagonal now. Good. Go ahead and take a break. We're going to get set up next for that plank or modified plank. So remember, you can either be on your knees or up on your toes, and we're doing a leg kick or a step out to the side. And I might turn sideways so you can see that a little bit easier. You have about 5 seconds to get ready. So you can either be on your knees like this or up on your toes. We're going to do a step out to the side, alternating sides. If you're seated, you're going to do a leg raise back and forth out to the side. Good work, everybody. At any time, if you need to take a break and come down onto your knees and do it here, that's a fine option. You are almost halfway done. Good job, everybody. 15 seconds to go. And take a break. Good work. Next, we're doing that crawling. So we're crawling forward and backward, and then crawling side to side. If you are seated, you're doing your opposite arm and leg march. 10 seconds to get ready. And let's begin. So I'm going to crawl 5 steps forward, then 5 steps back, 3 steps to each side. Once I get back to the middle, I'm going to crawl the other direction. And then back to forward. Good work, everyone. 10 seconds to go. Good. 30 seconds to rest. We have one more round. So we're going to get set up for our half kneeling chop again. You guys are doing great. About 10 seconds to get ready here. If you're seated, you can do the same chop. We're going to reach down and then up. Working on our posture, twisting up and away. We are about halfway done. Switch legs, and we're going to do the other direction now. Good job, everyone. Keep it up. 15 seconds to go. Good. 30 seconds to rest. We're going to get set up for that plank or modified plank. Your options are to do it from your toes or to do it from your knees. If you're doing it from your knees, still try to drop your hips down so that you're not in tabletop, but you're more in this plank position. And you can still do your alternating step from that position. About 5 seconds to get ready. If you're seated, you're going to do your leg step out to the side. And let's begin either on your toes or on your knees. We're doing an alternating leg step out to the side. If you are up on your toes, make sure your hips aren't up in the air, but you want to keep them flat. Where you can always drop down and do it from your knees here. About 30 seconds to go. Keep it up. Ten seconds. And take a break. Good work. That one is very challenging. Our last interval exercise today is that 3-direction crawling, doing an upside down T. It's our last circuit exercise. If you are seated, you're going to do that opposite arm and leg march. Couple seconds to get ready and begin. When you're crawling forward and backwards, we want to use our opposite arm and leg. 5 forward and back, and then 3 to the side. When you get back to the middle, go back forward again. Nice job, everyone. Take a break. Really good job. Grab some water. We are doing our power moves next. And we are doing them in quadrupeds. So kind of did a warm up to our mat work today. So feel free to grab some water first, and then you can meet me back on the ground. So our quadruped moves, we're not starting yet, don't worry. Still enjoy your water break. Are on hands and knees like this. If this is a hard position for you to balance from, my favorite modification is with your hands up on your chair or on your couch so that you're supported here. And this is where you'll do all of the moves from. So this is a great modification. So we can do our power up here, and it's a much shorter distance for you to go back to, as opposed to going all the way down to the ground. If you want to stay seated, that is totally fine. You can follow along with the seated power moves with us from your chair. I'm going to give everyone about 1 more minute, and then we'll start. So enjoy your rest break. Take your time, about 1 minute, and then we'll start our power moves on all fours. So make your way back. We are going to run through all 4 of our power moves. So our first one is the power up. And that's where we're leaning forward, getting a little bit of an elbow bend, and then coming up onto our knees, squeezing our shoulder blades back together. If you're seated, you're doing the same thing from your chair, leaning forward down into your legs, and then squeezing your shoulder blades back. So let's do 10 of these. I am going to have us count backwards from 100 by 10s. So we'll start at 100 and we'll end at 10. Let's start by counting down. This will be 100, down 90, down 80, down 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, and 10. Next power move is our power rock. So for this one, you're gonna rock back into a child's pose stretch, and then keep your elbows straight and rock forward, pushing your hips down. If you're seated in your chair, as a reminder, the power rock is reaching up and across, resetting in the middle, and then reaching up and across to the other side. And you can see I'm straightening out that same leg so that you can get a full extension. So let's do 10 of these. Let's count it by threes as we do this one. So we'll rock back and then rock forward. 3, rock back, 6, rock back, 9, rock back, 12, rock back, 15, rock back, 18, rock back, 21, rock back, 24, back, 27, back, and 30. Good work. Our next move is our power twist. So for this one, we're reaching up, looking up at the ceiling, and then tucking one arm through, threading the needle. And then we'll switch sides and reach up with the other arm, and then tuck your arm through to thread the needle. If you're seated in your chair, you start with arms wide. You're going to turn and clap, open in the middle, and then twist and clap to the other side. So let's do 10 of these as well. And why don't we count it by fours for this one? So we'll start by reaching up and then tuck through. That's 4. Switch sides, reach up, tuck through 8, reach up, 12, reach up, 16, reach up, 20, reach up, 24, up, 28, up, 32, up, 36, up, 40. Our last move is our power step. So for this move, I'm going to rock backwards to build some momentum and step one leg forward up towards where my hand is. And then I'm going to bring that leg back, rock backwards, and step the other foot forward. If you're seated in your chair, you're going to do alternating steps out to the side, really driving your knee up high. So I want to do 20 of these, 10 on each side. Let's count backwards by twos from 40. So let's get started. We'll rock back, 40, rock back, 38, 36, 34, 32, 30, 28, 26, 24, 22, 20, good work, 18, 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, and 2. Good work, everyone. Make your way back up into standing. We have 1, more exercise to do together, and then we'll do a cool down. So I want to do some multi-direction stepping as we practice a lot in here, and I'm sure you practice in the other classes. It's important not only to just practice walking forward, but to practice movements in different directions, sideways, backwards, because in life we move in all those different directions. So I want to assign a color to each of the four corners of where you're standing. So my up and left, your up and right, I want this to be red. Up and to your left, I want it to call yellow. Back and to your left, I want to call green. And back and to your right, I want to call blue. So step with me to those four corners, and I want us to call the color out loud. So that way it helps us memorize it, so that when I start to call it randomly, you'll know where the numbers are, or where those colors are. So this direction is red. Step to that color, and we're going to reach our arm and say it out loud with me. Yellow, green, and blue. If you're seated, you can still step to these same colors. We're going to do that 2 more times through. Red, yellow, green, blue. Red, yellow, green, blue. So now I'm going to call the colors out randomly, and I want you to step to those colors. I'll start doing it with you, and then I'm going to stop moving so that you don't have me as a demo. So let's start with yellow, blue, green, red, green, blue, red, yellow, blue, green. All right, I'm going to stop, but I'll continue calling them out. I want you to step to those colors now on your own. Red, blue, nice, yellow, green, red, blue, red, yellow. Good. Blue, green, red, blue. Looking really good. Now I'm going to call out several colors in a row, and I want you to follow that pattern. So if I say red, yellow, green, I want you to step to red, yellow, and then green. Okay. And I'll do them with you again for the first few, and then I'll stop. So let's do now blue, yellow, green. Blue, yellow, green. Red, green, blue. Green, blue. Yellow, red, blue. Red, blue. Green, red, yellow. Red, yellow. All right, now a couple on your own. Blue, yellow, blue. Yellow, blue. Good. Red, green, yellow. Nice. Red, green, blue, yellow. Good. Yellow, red, blue, green. Perfect. Green, red, blue, yellow. And then last one, let's do yellow, green, red, blue. Perfect. Nice job, everyone. Make your way back to your chair. Let's do some cool down stretches. Nice job today. So let's first start with a shoulder stretch. For this, we'll bring one arm across your body and pull it close towards you. Let's hold it here for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Put one arm down on your leg and reach up and across so that you feel a stretch on your side. Let's hold here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I want to do some twists. So cross your arms for this one. And I want us to twist 5 times to one direction. Twist your shoulders. 3 more this way. And then we'll go to the other side. 2, 3, and now switch directions. Twist the other direction. 2 more that direction. Good. Straighten one knee out in front of you. Keep that knee straight. Bend forward at your hips for a hamstring stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring one leg up across your lap. Push forward on your thigh and lean forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great work today, everybody. We'll finish there. Enjoy the rest of this sunny day and great to exercise with you today.